It is time for our monthly check-in with Adnan Virk. He is the studio host for Prime Monday Night Hockey. Adnan, where were you this week, and where are you going next week?
Roy, great to always see you and David and Ethan and Rose, of course. I was in Columbus, which I'd never been before, and it's always struck me as odd. Cleveland, which is a great sports city, not the best city overall, but a great sports city, has every major pro team that does not have hockey. Yep. The one hockey team in Ohio, like, we'll get that in Columbus. So first time ever in Columbus. To be honest, I work my travel schedule on my beloved Philadelphia Eagles. So 5 o'clock flight to Columbus Sunday. I had to watch Eagles-Lions Sunday Night Football. We win in a very boring game. Great defensive battle. Next morning skate. Talked to Marty St. Habs were in town. And then I thought I'd explore Columbus a little bit. I got to be honest, fellas. I think if I was there for an Ohio State game in late September or something, it's better. I just kind of wandered around and was like, oh, it's such a great city. Like, I really didn't see much of Columbus here in Monday. It kind of just felt like Ohio. I would still rank ahead of Cincinnati, if we're being honest. But as far as the game, the cannon was awesome. And for years, I'd not known. I said, why are they called the Blue Jackets? And for those who don't know, because I didn't know, it's after the fact that was the name of the jackets that were in the Civil War, exactly, the Union Army. So that's why they're called Blue Jackets. And the cannon is unbelievable. I went to go see the cannon, and everyone kept warning me this. It's a lot louder than you think. Yeah. Like, okay. And I asked the guy, I said, let's be honest. Why is it so loud, like between us? And he was like, well, there's a firework inside. And he goes, we pump in some noise. I'm like, yeah, exactly. So
really?
Breaking news on the hockey show.
Breaking news. There is a firework inside the cannon, but they also have noise being pumped up into the rafters.
So that was the game, Adnan, that the Canadiens goalie, Jacob Dobish, he scared the bleep out of him when the cannon went off before the game, right?
Yeah, you nailed it, because that's the big thing, David. I was like, well, I just hope they score a lot of goals. I go, well, don't worry, you'll get it in the warm-up, and it will jolt players. And that's exactly what happened. It just said, holy crap. Like, if you're not ready for it, it is loud. There's no question about it. A great game. Habs are down 3-1. Tied it up and then lost it in the shootout. Marchenko in the shootout, by the way, is unbelievable. Jody Shelley's like, watch this guy. He goes, he is so borderline arrogant in the shootout. It's amazing. And, of course, he scored on Dobish. But fun game, good atmosphere. I just feel overall, fellas, if I said to you a hockey franchise that feels relatively irrelevant, and I believe Bill Simmons was going on this rant the other day, the Blue Jackets in 25 years of history have won playoff series. Yep. That's almost tough to comprehend. Like, you would have thought at one point you could have got to a conference finals. Like, no, one playoff series victory in 25 years.
It was Bob against the Lightning a few years ago. That was what got him the big contract in Florida.
Yeah, what Bill Simmons thought was the Florida Panthers. Yeah.
Oh, God. Side note, what the hell happened to Montreal? They've lost 8 of 9.
All they do is play overtime games, and now they're just losing those overtime games instead of winning them.
Yeah. And Marty's one of my favorites. I asked Martin St. Louis about it, because in the previous game, they'd had 2 5-on-3s and didn't score. And I said to Marty, what are you going to do next time? He's like, pull the goalie.
They've given up 5, 7, and 8 goals in 3 of their last 5 games, and they're all losses. Like,
yeah, Montembeault not good. Dobish had been really good.
Yeah.
No, and collectively defensively are not good. But even Marty said to us, he goes, honestly, you just got to get 1 point at a time. Like, I saw him after the game, and he was in a relatively good mood, because they were down 3-1, scored twice. At least they got a point. That's the way hockey is now, right, fellas? It's not about the win. Let me just try to get a point. The regulation
Let's not talk about the loser point.
Overtime time. Exactly, the loser point.
Where are you going this next week, Adnan?
Off to L.A., Roy, one of my favorite cities, of course. I love Los Angeles. Go check out 75 and sunny on the beach. And I've never seen a hockey game at Staples. I've been to see a couple Lakers games before, but staying at the JW Marriott right there next to the arena. It's a gorgeous hotel. When I used to do Sports Center L.A. with the great Neil Everett or Stan Verrett, they would put us up in that hotel. So I can't wait, man. Off to Staples. Although, Roy, I did not realize the Kings don't practice at Staples.
They're in El Segundo.
Annoying. Right, David? That's annoying. So Monday morning, we're going to have to – how far – El Segundo?
It's like 20, 25 minutes. The last time I was out there, I actually stayed at a hotel next to the practice rink.
Okay.
But the commute downtown wasn't that great. But it's only like 20, 25 minutes. Not that bad.
Okay, so we'll get out there and see Jim Hiller in the morning.
And it's a cool practice rink, too. It's like multi-levels. Do a little exploring.
Okay, I look forward to it. The Kings, by the way, as you guys know, last year were unbelievable at home. This year they played the fewest home games, and they've been terrible. 1-4-2 on home ice. They're almost as bad as the Rangers on home ice. So we'll see what happens when the Ottawa Senators are in town on Monday.
We mentioned the Winter Classic uniforms with the Rangers and the Panthers. I believe, personally, it's a 7 out of 10 for each of them, respectively. What say you, Adnan?
I think around 7 probably sounds about fair. Like, I think most times people either have, Roy, a jarring reaction that's a true love it or hate it, but I just think it's decent. I think in today's world, I'm the old guy who just likes, the classic Blackhawks jersey or the Red Wings jersey. There's just a third jersey, alternate this and that. But Winter Classic, I get it's going to be different. I think the fact it's not too flashy, not too overdone, I think it's decent. I'm with you. I give it a 7.
There's an update on the jersey front, by the way. You brought up the Blackhawks. They are bringing back the black jerseys that they have had in the mid-'90s.
These are good.
The Eric Daze's.
Yeah, the Eric Daze's, the Gary Suitors.
That is great pull by David. Eric Daze.
That was Daze, Alfredson, and Jovanovski. That was the rookies in '96.
Yeah, the Tony Amontes.
Yes, the Belfors.
Monty, Jeremy Roenick, keep going. Great Blackhawks the past.
Kramer Krasov.
Blackhawks, by the way, good start. How about Connor
Love
Bedard?
watching them. I love watching them, Adnan. I watched them the other night. I was like dialed into their game against, I think they were playing Calgary, and like Calgary and Chicago, whatever. But oh my God, they're fun to watch, man. Especially that Bedard. He's amazing.
So
Yeah, interesting what happened. Bedard had a great rookie season. Sorry to cut you off, David.
No,
and
you're
then
good.
last year he regressed. We went and did a game in Chicago, and there was whispers around like, is Bedard really the real deal? Like, was it too much too soon? And this year he's come like a house on fire. Like between him and Celebrini, like we always talk about how the game is in good hands with great young players, and how many years has it been Crosby and Ovechkin who are still going and still performing. But now, like, you can make a case like Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard, 2 great young guns. Celebrini is on pace for like 130 points this year, and Bedard could score 50. It's crazy.
Man, it's fun. We were just talking about the youth movement among goaltenders, and it's kind of all across the board. It's pretty cool, Adnan. Now, you're going to hate me for this question as a Canadian man, I imagine.
Yeah.
But right now, there's only one Canadian team in a playoff spot. And I know the standings are really tightly packed and everything, but major disappointments, I would think, between Vancouver, Edmonton, obviously Calgary, Montreal, we just talked about. They've kind of fallen off the side of a cliff lately. Which Canadian team, when all is said and done, is going to give your nation its best chance at a Stanley Cup this year?
Well, it's certainly not Calgary. Let's go through each one. They've been terrible. I love Ryan Huska. He's a great guy. Last year, they were like that classic team with not much offensive punch, aside from Nassim Kadri.
Dustin Wolf.
Defense. Yeah, and Wolf was the guy who carried them, right? As a rookie, it's like, oh, he's in the Calder conversation. And this year, it's like, well, even Dustin Wolf can't help this team. They're awful. Tank for McKenna, away we go. The Oilers, I still think, are the answer, honestly, David, because they have that collective talent. Now, they're off to a slow start. You're absolutely right. They're way too reliant on those two guys. I do think getting Hyman back is big. A couple of years ago, he scored 54 goals, so clearly he's going to help with their secondary scoring. Pickard played great last night, deserved a better result. They just weren't able to get any goal scoring, quite frankly, and lost 2-1. Vancouver is a weird team. I think they're a bit of a mishmash. It feels like they got a dark cloud hanging over them, which isn't just the rain in Vancouver. I don't like them that much. And the Leafs right now are a fascinating story because, as you said, the East is very tightly bunched up. They're like 2 points in the last place in the East, but they're 4 points in a playoff spot. But they have not been good. Like when your general manager and president, Brad Treliving's coming out and giving a press conference in November just addressing the state of the team.
Yeah.
They've been really disappointing. Now, Stolarz has been out. Matthews been out. I get it, but you shouldn't still be a 500 team with the Leafs collection of talent. Nylander's wonderful, but they really do miss Mitch Marner. And it's more of a Craig Berube team. In fact, they're heavy on the puck and slower, but they're certainly not better. And there's a lot of concern right now in Toronto for good reason.
Just to close a loop on the youth movement in the NHL right now, if you look at the point leaders in the NHL, number 3, Macklin Celebrini, number 4, Connor Bedard, and number 5, Leo Carlsson, who was the second pick behind Connor Bedard in the 2023 NHL draft. These guys are here, and they're all really good. Adnan, I want to ask you about, I saw a clip, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I wish I had it, but I don't, where Biz's friend Oldie crashed the Monday Night Hockey. What was that experience like? Because he is an interesting fella.
So here's what happens, Ethan. When you go on these different shows and meet different people, sometimes you need a scouting report. And so with regards to Biz, like I've seen him on TNT and I know he's working. I'm a huge fan of his, but I am not, forgive me, an avid listener of the Spit and Chicklets podcast. I know that they're irreverent and outspoken and all the rest of it. So when we got to the arena, I just saw Oldie and these guys, and again, I don't know them. I'm making it sound like I know them now, but I'm being totally honest. I'm like, I just knew that they were buddies of Biz. I could just tell the mustache, the trucker hat. I'm like, all right, you guys are clearly with Biz. but I don't know the deal. So when the show's going on, it's like if you didn't know the Levitard show, you had no idea about Greg Cody and the Hard Out. Like if you don't get the show, you wouldn't know it. So I'm just like, oh, these are buddies of Biz. I'm assuming they're part of the podcast. I don't know what's going on. At the end of the show, what Ethan's referring to, Biz is firing up the crowd. When are we going to see you next? He goes, oh, they get out here. Do what you'd always do. And I'm like, oh, this guy's a part of the show now. And he gets out there and does the splits. He also appears to have some packaging below the waist. And at one point, Biz tried to hand a microphone to interview his crotch. So this is clearly when things had gone awry. And afterwards, people are telling me, oh, Oldie's so great. And I'm talking with Oldie as if I know him. I'm like, hey, good to see you, buddy. All the best. Hey, great job. And I was like, no, he's known for doing the splits. Even more, Ethan, this past week in Columbus, we interviewed Rick Nash. And the first thing I said to Rick Nash, Apparently, he's known Oldie since they were kids. So I apologize. I should have known this guy's a big deal. He's a big deal now. He's doing the splits, and he's boyhood friends with Rick Nash. Oldie doing the splits. Gotta love it.
Apparently, Nash used to like bring him into the locker room to fire up the guys, and he would like do dances before the games and stuff. Like he is an NHL legend, apparently.
Yeah, doesn't take himself too seriously. Really fun guy. I look forward to seeing him the next time we have Biz with us.
What did you think of the Mikko Rantanen hit on Alexander Romanov and Patrick Roy's reaction to it?
I loved Waz's reaction. I mean, he's so fiery, Roy. And I love the fact he was passionate about it. I understood his point. He's like, once you see the numbers, you have to hold up. But I wouldn't say defensive of Rantanen. I do think it was awkward. I can't remember who the player was, but he kind of was brushing with him, and then it kind of went into the player Romanov. So I don't think Rantanen had ill intent. So I don't think he was trying to drill the guy and, injure his career, especially check from behind like that. But I totally appreciate Patrick Roy being fired up and being outspoken. It's one of the reasons why we love Patrick Roy. As a goalie, he was always outspoken. As a coach, he's been that way. You got to support your team. So I personally did not think the hit was malicious, but I understand Patty being so upset, and I love the fact he was so vocal about it. It was good. It was good theater.
The Red Wings and Rangers got together at center ice and had a brouhaha as the benches cleared. What did you think about that?
So after watching the beloved Eagles game, there was no NFL Network in the hotel in Columbus. They didn't have NHL Network, which is great. Got to watch on the fly. But I'm trying to watch NFL coverage just to get caught up. So in the meantime, I'm just watching SportsCenter, which I don't do often these days. It's not a slide, just don't do it. And I said they get to a hockey highlight. They roll the font Rangers Red Wings, and they pick it up 9 seconds left. And I go, wow, this must have been a hell of an ending. Like this is a 10-second highlight, and they just show obviously Jonathan Quick losing his mind. Again, an example, Roy, where I get both ends. Like I understand in this instance, a player going, I'm not going to wait till the like if I have a shot at a free goal, I'm taking a free goal. Like I just shoot the puck, and then the horn sounds fine. But I get Quick thinking, hey, it's my net. I'm going to defend it. What I didn't like is Panarin and the rest of the Rangers not really having Quick's back. You know what I'm saying? Like I get just shoot the puck for a goal, and then Quick's like, F that, this is my net. But then the other Rangers starts to come in and mix up a little bit. So it's one of those unwritten rules. Again, I asked Thomas Hickey about it, one of my colleagues on Prime Minute Hockey, and he goes, I get it from both ends. Like if I have a chance at a free goal, I'm taking it. But I love Jonathan Quick saying, no, that's my net. You don't mess with it.
Yeah, it's the type of season that the Rangers are having. I mean, you saw what happened with JT Muller and that him just giving up on a play and the go to night scoring. Yeah, that's that. I mean, it's like they don't have each other's backs on that team.
That was ugly.
And there can be no greater indictment of a team, right? If you're bad, but at least you have each other's backs, fine. Drop the gloves, do something. If it's like, no, we don't even care together, like that's a bad sign. And again, it's mystifying how bad they are on home ice. You would think on Broadway it's where the Rangers star. Hasn't been the case.
I just was taken aback by Jonathan Quick reacting like that. Like I don't know. The game's over. The net's empty. It's just like you just lost. Like, is that really the time and the place to be getting all pissed off about a goal that? Like, even like if you do it during play, during the game, and it's like a delayed penalty or something, I get that. But the game's over. Like, everybody's skating away. Your own teammates were right there when it happened, and nobody seemed to care. Like, read the room. And I'm a big Jonathan Quick fan.
Sure.
But I just didn't like that at all.
One of the great American goalies of all time.
Rubber hips, dude. It's amazing.
It's a great point. If it was a delayed call, you're right. If it's in the heart of the game, you're like, okay, I can understand. Like, the game is over. Like, why is it that big a deal? But clearly, I think he's frustrated for reasons beyond just that play.
Next week is Thanksgiving. That is the magic day where all the teams look at their rosters and look at the standings and see where they are in the league so far this season. Outside of Canada, because we talked about what's going on up north. Let's look at the entire league, look at the standings, who's going to make a move, who's not going to make a move, who's going to make the playoffs, and who's going to miss out.
So we look at specifically the East, just to again show the parity here. Like, it's crazy how many teams, like from 24 points to 22, there's 12 teams. Like it's crazy. So how tight it is. So in the East, it's very difficult to predict who's going to be better. Like Carolina and Jersey, the head of the class, Islanders. But again, you've got literally every team separated by 6 points. So I would expect that your Florida Panthers are going to be better, 23 points in 20 games. The Bruins are a fascinating story because they look terrible. And we interviewed Marcus Sturm in Ottawa, and he's a great guy. He's grinning the whole time. Like, he ain't going to be smiling in February. His team keeps it up. They lose 7-2. Then they ripped off like 7 straight wins. Like, oh, my God, the Bruins are atop the Atlantic. Now they've only had 1 win in their last 4 games. So I find them very fascinating and schizophrenic, but I think they're a better team they've shown. The Capitals, they've taken a step back. The real question to me, Roy, at least in the East, is like, which of these so-called surprises continues? Like, I think if you look at Carolina and New Jersey, it's okay. I expect them to be good. But Islanders, Detroit, Pittsburgh, which of those 3 is actually legit? Because once you get the 20-game mark, which we're about to hit by Thanksgiving, you say, all right, these teams are actually good or they're not good. So that's concerning. As far as the West is concerned, Colorado is incredible. This is going to be one of the great teams ever. 14-1-5. Them and Dallas together. We knew last year how good that matchup was in the Western Conference. We can only hope to get that perhaps in a Western Conference final.
Please.
I think Anaheim is here to stay. Pleasant surprise. Seattle, I'm interviewing Lane Lambert today. He's done a great job with their defense. Decor looks like he's taken a big step. Eberle as far as the leadership role. And those bottom drag teams, I think, are not good. Vancouver, St. Louis, Nashville, Calgary. Edmonton's better, hopefully at some point. That's kind of it. The Chicago, like Ethan mentioned, 10-6-4, like 24 points in 20 games. Like, they're a fun team right now. I hope they can hang.
So I said before the season, I felt a little sheepish after the first couple weeks of the season. But before the season, I said that I thought San Jose was going to contend for a playoff spot by the end of the year. Yeah. Now, they're 1 point out right now after a horrible start, Adnan.
Yeah.
Am I going to be proved right, or are the Sharks going to Sharks?
It would be an incredible prediction, David. I don't think it'll happen. I think the Sharks are going to shark. But I'll tell you this. We had this conversation with the great Chris Pronger, Hall of Fame defenseman, one of the greats ever. And I said to him, who is going to be quicker to a Stanley Cup, Connor McDavid or Connor Bedard? And he said, I'll go a wild card with you, and I'll say Macklin Celebrini. I was like, wow. Imagine Celebrini and the Sharks win a cup before McDavid and the Oilers and Bedard and the Blackhawks.
Can you imagine?
People love Celebrini around the league, man.
Can you imagine?
They love him.
Their heads would explode.
It would be crazy.
Oh, my God.
Adnan, do you
Never won a Stanley Cup, and you're telling me Celebrini going to lead them to a cup before
McDavid to the Sharks. Here it goes, McDavid to the Sharks.
That's how it happens. I love it.
So Adnan, I am very eager for Thanksgiving, but not because of hockey.
The lights again.
Yes, because
Oscar movie
of
season.
Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't watch it. I'm aware of it. My wife and my kids watch it. I gave you a like I know, Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misleading.
Adnan, you're killing me here.
Yeah, this could be like Stranger Things. I'm like, yep, I'm aware of it. I know it. My wife
I'm
watches it.
aware of
Kids
it.
watch it. They're excited. The final season. Yeah, I love Maya Hawke only because I love Ethan Hawke so much. He's got a great film
Yeah.
called Blue.
She's
right
good.
now, so I know that's his daughter. So by association, I root for her. Once again, Rose, I'm unfamiliar with the topic. Go ahead. Tell me how excited you are for Stranger Things.
I'm telling you, this is one of the best shows I ever seen in my life. And people are like, have you watched Breaking Bad and everything? I'm like, yes. The Sopranos, yes, I have.
Yeah.
I have watched all of them. And I still rank it as one of my favorite shows of all time. And people are
Wow.
like, why would I watch it? And then I'm telling you, if you like movies, if you like how it's done, the arcs of characters and everything, I am
likes
telling
movies.
you, go watch it.
if you like movies.
I can't get past that one.
Yeah.
I think he likes movies.
I know it's a masterpiece.
I
Like the
think that,
music,
yeah.
the art, the acting,
little bit.
everything. This voice I cannot convince
She's giving
them,
you an assignment.
but yeah,
Adnan.
I can't
Exactly.
convince.
David, Rose, it sounds like a lot of work. The two of the shows you mentioned, by the way, are my two favorite dramas, The Sopranos and Breaking Bad. So I can't imagine Stranger Things is going to be better than those two. So I'm skeptical, like all those other people you're talking to. But Rose, more importantly, isn't this like the 5th season? I'm guessing at least 10 episodes. That's like 50 episodes you're expecting me to pound through. Like that's a lot of work.
Well, not in time for the new season, Adnan, but you could certainly get started and work at your own pace.
24 because season 1 is 8, season 2 is 8, so it's just 24, and the new season is gonna be 9.
The new season is
So,
like every
it goes-
episode's like 2 hours too, right?
Yeah, because
Oh my God.
yeah, and the last episode is gonna be
Like 2 parts of
televised,
2 hours. Oh my
in
How
the
about
theater.
Rose? How about this?
In
Since
a
my,
theater.
wife and one of my kids is definitely going to be watching, I think they're locked in. They're excited like you. Why don't I just pick it up with them watching the final season, and they can fill in the holes for me as I'm watching?
Okay.
Is that possible?
Okay,
Rose is on?
so yes, so you can talk theories, and then you can be like, okay, my guess is here. This people are gonna die. This are not gonna die. So we can
Right.
play the game. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine like not watching The Sopranos, but then watching the final season. That's
No,
what I'm gonna
oh
do.
man, we missed so much.
There you go.
2-hour episodes. Get over yourselves.
No.
Who are you
Over
saying that to?
yourselves.
Us?
Just- no, not you guys.
Right, in
because
general,
I get it. I get why you like the show. It's a great show, whatever. Just 2-hour episodes in general. Like if you're just make 18-hour-long episodes. That's fine. I'm good with that. Like that's
I
fine.
think what they're doing is they're trying to not make the mistake that got made at the end of Game of Thrones, where they knew they had to end it by X season, so they crammed in so much shit to what it was like 5 or 6 episodes in that last season of Game of Thrones, and
Yes.
basically ruined
Yes.
one of the best shows of all time.
The best shows of all- one of the best shows of
for
all
sure.
time, yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe Stranger Things said, okay, we're going to still finish it this season, but we're going to pack each episode. We're going to get every piece of crucial information. Every storyline is going to make sense. So I'm hoping that they're not going to ruin this one because, God, I don't know. I love Game of Thrones almost as much as I love my kids, and the way that they ruined it in that last season,
They
hurts.
ruined it. I was like,
Almost as much as you
I'm
love
gonna
your
start.
kids.
That
it's
show
a
was so
good
good.
show, but when I started Game of Thrones the first time, I was like, "What is this?"
No,
Then the
it's
second
so
time,
good.
I was like, "Oh my God!" And then when I got to the seventh, I was like, I was better off because watching that last season
better
was the
off.
worst.
Like I can get through the first 2 or 3 episodes of the last season, but once you get past the big battle, it's like, all right, I'm done.
Oh, okay. All right. Adnan has
Roy's
had
had
enough.
enough.
I've had
Roy,
enough. Adnan's had enough.
I've definitely had enough. But Rose was inadvertently being like Flavor Flav though, like David's hype man. Whatever he was saying, she was like, definitely one of the best. Like,
That's
she
my
was
girl.
Yeah, girl. Adnan Virk of Prime Monday Night Hockey. Have fun in Los Angeles, brother.
I appreciate you so much.
And we'll
fellas.
see you soon, Adnan.
Yes.
I bet I'll see you in 2 weeks. I booked my rental car. I'm landing at the Orlando International Airport. I'm picking up the rental, driving to Miami. I will see you boys in 2 weeks, December 6th. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, boys. Appreciate you. Thank you, Rose.
Bye. Thank you.
Always the best. Thank you, Adnan.
Be good, brother.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you soon, man.
We'll plan-
I'll text you. We'll get everything
Yeah.
organized in the next couple weeks.
100%. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.